Thousands say Nike Air Max sneaker is offensive to Muslims and petition for a recall. A change.org petition that was created by a person named Saiqa Noreen in the UK says that a logo stamped into the sole of Nike resembles the word Allah in Arabic and is blasphemous. The petition asked Nike to recall its Nike Air Max 270 shoe, saying, quote, "This is disrespectful and extremely offensive to Muslims and insulting to Islam," end quote. Noreen writes in the petition, the Air Max 270 went on sale in new colors, retails for $150, and features Air Max stamped into the sole. So before they go out on recall, pick up a pair.
Yeah, I think if it's insulting to Islam, then there should be a premium price on it. This is great. I mean, I kind of like these kind of campaigns because it shows to people how ridiculously sensitive these people are. Like that they can't, I think this is good. The fact that how many signatures did this campaign get?
More than 16,000.
More than 16,000. So are they going to actually remove the shoe?
They could be forced to. I mean, if this, but I mean, that's just what this petition is wanting. They're wanting them to recall. So that doesn't mean that it will, even if they do reach the amount of signatures that they need. But it's I mean, this is ridiculous. And I mean, Nike's been through this before, with them claiming that the Air Max logo is the word of Allah and all this other stuff. But it's stupid. Armin, like if you look at it, the part that they're claiming that says Allah in Arabic isn't even the whole freaking logo. Like, it's just part of it. Yeah,
but the last time this happened, did they recall it or not?
I didn't see where they had recalled it. All I saw was that they had petitioned for a recall.
I really hope they don't, because if they do, it really shows like a giant company, even a giant company like theirs, has to give in to a backward barbaric religion like Islam. Like, I really hope they don't, but I really think this should backfire. First of all, the whole campaign is effective because I think the whole world needs to be how sensitive many Muslims are, that they really go out of their way to find things to be offended about, even if they run out of things to be offended about. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, this is fucking stupid. I was going to say the R word. But I think there needs to be a backlash to this.
No, yeah, I absolutely do. I feel like Nike needs to stand up to this. I don't feel like they need to be apologizing like they have. I don't feel like they need to be making any sort of special measures just to plead with them. I mean, but what are the creative team within Nike? Are they supposed to research every single language and every single cultural offense and make sure that they're not offending anybody by their logo? I mean, come on.
Hey, we got a super chat in the live chat. YouTube live chat. Thank you so much. Wow, $12. That's very
awesome. Thank you so much for your super chat. Vibrantly Brantley says, "Here's my $1 pledge for this year."
Oh, thank you.
Nobody tell Brant that's $12.
Okay. But no, thank you. That's very kind. But by a backlash, I mean, like, I think every time people try to use we're offended as a weapon to tell other people what to do. Like, if you're offended, here's an easy solution for you guys, to whoever's offended by the shoes. Don't buy the fucking shoe, okay? But, like, people say you shouldn't be offended. No, it's okay to be offended, right? You can be offended. There's nothing wrong with being offended. The problem is when you think you're being offended means other people have to do something because you're offended, okay? Right. And you could just go be offended by yourself. And there's an easy solution to that. If you're offended by a book, don't read it. If you're offended by a certain music, don't listen to it. If you're offended by a fucking shoe, don't buy it. Well, but when you try to get other people to follow your rules because you're offended, I think this needs to backfire so much, because we need to show people that this doesn't work. Like, you know how the Drawing Muhammad cartoon, the annual event for Drawing Muhammad, right? That really showed, like, if Muslims, when they try to act like, oh, you can't draw Muhammad because we're offended, now it's an annual event, and now they're not sensitive about it as much as used. I mean, there still are, but it's much better than before because we desensitized them because it's now an annual event, right? Now they're now they're going around claiming that they were never offended. Oh, sure, go draw Muhammad, do whatever the fuck we want. No, you were not like this. We made, we desensitized a lot of you. You were not originally like this. But with this, I think like there needs to be a call out for toilet paper with Allah on it. I've seen some Muslims claim that there's Allah on toilet papers by just by squishing it and being offended. Like they really go out of their way to find things that they're offended about. But I think like there needs to be clear, purposeful toilet paper with Allah symbol on it as a response to this campaign, just to show people that whenever you try to get other people to silence or not to do something because you're offended, it's going to backfire on you big time, and you're not only not going to achieve what you wanted, it's going to get a lot worse. Just so that because if they win something like this, they're not going to stop, right? They're not going to stop. They're going to go after something else after this. It's going to encourage them to weaponize being offended about some things to win other battles as well. They need to lose this battle big. So whoever goes out and puts on Etsy or whatever, I don't know where would allow this, a toilet papers with Allah symbol on it, please come to us and show it that you're selling it, and we will advertise the fuck out of it on Atheist Republic. And Atheist Republic Facebook page, we have 2 million followers. On Instagram, we have 60,000. Twitter, we're getting close to 100,000. We'll mention it on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is not that big, but we're growing. So if you're out there and you want to make some money, go make toilet papers with Allah symbol on it and come let us know, and we will market that. We will promote that on all our platforms. So please go ahead and do that. Jim, you wanted to say something?
Well, I was just going to say, you were saying that if it offends you, don't read it or don't buy it, but I would go as far to say, that if you do buy something and you discover that it offends you, or if you see something that offends you that is brought to your attention, I'm not saying that you should ignore it by all means. Speak out against it, debate people on it, bring up these ideas and fight with people about it. Use your freedom of speech. I'm all for that. But what I'm not for is for you saying that just because I'm offended means we shouldn't be selling these.
Stephen in the live chat Facebook live chat is saying we want toilet paper in capital. Grant is saying the hypocrisy insane. Some people are saying I would buy that toilet paper. Grant is saying when all is said and done, it's kind of weak argument either way. I don't know which one is you're referring to, Grant. Philip is saying that he hopes that they don't give in and they keep their shoe. It's just a symbol that by coincidence looks like something else. And any mature person would see that and not demand a change. Yeah, but I want to show them that if you are offended by a logo that coincidentally looks like Allah, because of you being so pissy about it, now you're going to get toilet paper that is on purpose looks like Allah. Pete is saying, I might buy a pair so I can walk all over their imaginary God. Well, okay, then when somebody comes out with the toilet paper, then buy that as well, so you could wipe your ass with Allah.
It's going to be great because when the toilet paper comes out, they can stop being pissy about everything and start being shitty about something else.
Ono is saying for this so it actually says, the logo says Air Max, and for it to be Allah, you have to turn it upside down and leave the A and the X out, and then use your imagination. Yeah, I think it's very far-fetched. Yeah, so this shoe is not good enough. We need actual products with actual Allah, real Allah on it. The fact that they're offended by this shows that they are really they're trying. They're professionals, they made it their career to become offended by things, or else Islam becomes irrelevant. They need to be offended. If they run out of things to be offended about, they're upset that there's not that many offensive things out there, because just like the social justice warriors, right, on the far left, that they need to find things to be offended about, or else they're going to lose relevancy. These Muslims that make these petitions, they're not, a lot of them are not upset about this. They want these things to happen because they want their Islam to be relevant somehow in society. They want something to cry about.
Atheists are under attack in many places. If they were Christians, their voices would be heard. If they were Jews, their voices would be heard. If they were Muslims, their voices would be heard. But they are atheists, and not many seem to be listening. Let's make it difficult for them to ignore us. We have built a global community, and now we are tearing down geographic, cultural, and language barriers so we can find each other and support each other. In the last decade, we have built the largest atheist community in the world. Now we're doing the same in other languages. With your help, we have started Atheist Republic in Persian and Arabic.
انضميت مؤخراً لأسرة Atheist Republic وحيصير عندي بودكاست باللغة العربية.
As we grow, we can dedicate more time, staff, and resources to start doing the same in Spanish, Portuguese, Malay, Bengali, Urdu, Hindi, and other languages. We are providing community, support, informative content, and amplifying the voices of those who need protection, especially in countries where people feel isolated simply for their lack of belief. We want to be there for them, and we are only getting started. Help us get there. Check in the description for ways you can support our projects.